In the summer of 2007, an explosion rocked downtown Jinan. A Honda sedan with police plates suddenly burst into flames as it turned a corner. The driver, 31-year-old Liu Haiping, was instantly killed, her body blown apart, fragments flung over 30 meters. Several bystanders were injured, and nearby buildings were shattered. At first, people suspected terrorism, but the truth was even more astonishing. The mastermind behind the remote-controlled bomb was none other than Liu's lover, Duan Yihe, the then chairman of the Jinan People's Congress Standing Committee, a vice-provincial-level official. The blast. At 5:27 p.m. on July 9, 2007, Liu Haiping was driving home when her car exploded in the middle of heavy traffic. Witnesses recalled a man with a non-local accent asking an elderly woman for directions, then quickly fleeing in a police vehicle right before the explosion. Surveillance footage showed that while all other vehicles stopped in shock, one police car sped off license plate Lu A 2000. Investigators soon identified the victim, Liu Haiping, a young civil servant at the Jinan Bureau of Land and Resources. Her phone contained contacts of high-ranking officials, and her apartment held intimate photos with one particularly familiar face, Duan Yihe. Her parents told police, "If our daughter ever dies, it's because of Duan Yihe." The origins of the affair. Duan Yihe was born in 1946 to a poor farming family in rural. He made his way up through the system, graduating from Xi'an Jiaotong University in 1965. In 1994, he was assigned to Liaocheng as a deputy party secretary. There, he met Liu Haiping, then an 18-year-old guesthouse server. Liu, attractive and socially savvy, quickly became Duan's personal attendant. Their affair began in secret, and Duan used his power to help her, getting her urban residency, securing a job, buying her an apartment. As Duan rose through the ranks, he brought Liu along, eventually helping her fake education credentials and obtain a civil servant position. Even Liu's family benefited. Her parents and sister were placed in government positions. This small-town girl's rise was faster than Duan's own climb. A breakup she wouldn't allow. Duan's wife had long suspected the affair. She tried to resolve it by arranging a marriage between Liu and a local surgeon. But even after the wedding, Liu maintained her relationship with Duan and later gave birth to a son, claiming Duan was the father. Liu grew increasingly demanding. She wanted Duan to divorce his wife and marry her. He refused. She then demanded 1 million yuan in compensation, threatening to report their affair to authorities. She even cited the upcoming civil servant disciplinary regulations, saying he had until June 30th to resolve the issue. Duan was cornered, humiliated, and terrified of scandal. The murder plot. Desperate, Duan turned to his nephew-in-law, Qin Zi, a deputy squad leader in the Jinan Public Security Bureau. Chen hesitated at first, but eventually agreed. Together they brainstormed ideas: fake a car accident, kidnap and murder her, sabotage her car's brakes. None worked. In the end, they decided to build a remote-controlled bomb. Chen had a background in explosives from his military service. He and a local mechanic, Little Chen, designed and tested a device that could be triggered by calling a specific phone number. On July 9th, using a key provided by Duan, Chen placed a bomb beneath Liu's driver's seat. When traffic got too heavy to tail her, they waited at a known intersection. Once Liu's car appeared, Chen called the number and detonated the bomb. The explosion killed Liu, injured multiple civilians, and shook the city. Collapse and justice. Police acted fast. Chen Zi was arrested in Qingdao 2 days later, just before he could board a flight to Hong Kong. He confessed immediately and identified Duan Yihe as the mastermind. Duan claimed he only wanted to disable Liu, not kill her. He tried to shift blame to Chen, but evidence was overwhelming. Surveillance, phone records, and the homemade device all pointed to Duan. On August 9th, less than a month after the bombing, the court sentenced both Duan Yihe and Chen Zi to death. Duan was also convicted of bribery and holding large unexplained assets. As his sentence was read, Duan shouted, "I object!" But it was too late. On September 5, 2007, both men were executed by firing squad. When asked by prosecutors if he regretted it, Duan responded coldly, "I only regret using explosives. If I had another chance, I'd still kill her." Power, madness, and tragedy. The Duan Yihe heist became one of China's most shocking political scandals. The highest-ranking official ever involved in a car bombing. The most destructive personal scandal of its kind, and a symbol of how absolute power corrupts absolutely. Though his financial crimes totaled less than 3 million yuan, the abuse of authority, bribery, nepotism, and murder left lasting damage. His son and son-in-law were also placed under disciplinary investigation. A whole network of officials who had aided or benefited from Duan's power came under scrutiny. 9 days after the bombing, Jinan was hit by a once-in-200 years torrential storm. But the political storm had only just begun. Analysts and citizens alike reflected bitterly on how a man so deeply rooted in China's political system could unravel so catastrophically driven, not by ambition, but by obsession and fear. Duan had once ruled over his city with confidence and pride. In the end, he was reduced to a panicked man in love, begging for lethal injection instead of a bullet.